Now with Charlene today, we have Rob and we have Carolyn. We're going to come to Carolyn later. And Rob, you've come to visit us from television land, Australia, New Zealand, Saudi Arabia, Arnie Shack.
Arnie Shack, yeah.
Arnie Shack. What is it all about?
Well, with my wife and I, we're the owners and producers of Arnie Shack. It's a children's program that we produce, a Christian children's program, which teaches good values along with Christianity.
I remember his last show and it talked all about God's rules for kids. Yeah.
Yeah, God's rules for kids. Well, you know, kids are kids and they need to learn.
So is God all about rules?
Absolutely. Not all about rules, no.
Okay.
God is love. But obviously you have to have rules, you know. Like if you drive a car on the road and you don't know the rules, what's going to happen? You're going to get yourself into a bit of trouble probably pretty quickly.
Now Arnie Shack has reached Saudi Arabia.
Arnie Shack has reached Saudi Arabia. We have had emails from some children in Saudi Arabia, and their emails have said, look, we're from Saudi Arabia. Is it okay if non-Christians watch Arnie Shack?
Okay. Now Arnie Shack was seen in New Zealand this morning.
Yeah, I got up this morning and I turned the television on, and the channel that the TV was tuned to was Shine TV, and bang, there was Arnie right there.
Well, I wonder who Arnie is. Give us a sound of his voice, Rob.
Oh, Arnie is normally a secret, but because I'm on here on location in New Zealand, I guess I can give it away to the New Zealand kids. Arnie is actually me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want the voice?
Yeah.
Oh, you want the voice. So how's it going there, kids out in New Zealand? Arnie here from Arnie Shack. So there's a big secret.
And the secret's not so secret after all?
Not anymore, unfortunately.
And maybe the biggest secret is that God is a God of great love. Now, many people wonder, how do you get to know God? And that's why we've invited Caroline. She's been exploring and understanding and thinking about God for about a year now.
Yes, I have.
Well, welcome today, Carolyn. It's too far to cross over and shake your head. But now, you live in Ashburton.
Yes, I do, an hour away from here. Yes.
Okay. Now, we've been thinking this morning a little bit about blockbuster-sized disasters, Haiti, the tsunami, what's God doing, where is he? We've been thinking about Arnie Shack and rules and so forth and whatnot. But the truth is, disasters happen in family lives, don't they?
They do, indeed. And I'm an example of disaster in families. Yeah.
Okay. Mum and Dad?
Yeah, my family, my mum and dad are not together. My mum and my stepfather had a breakdown in the marriage, which had affected everybody. Yeah.
And how did you feel about this?
Well, I felt...
Initially, not now, but...
Well, initially I felt very empty and very I blamed myself for the crisis in the breakdown of our family. Yeah.
And you're feeling very guilty, whether it was right or wrong for you to feel guilt. You felt guilty that you had caused this.
Yes, I did. I felt very guilty, and I felt that I was the barrier to the breakdown of the marriage, and the guilt was a continuous, which is very hard. Family life.
Now, about a year ago, you met God, and He's helped you a bit. Can you describe, how did you meet God?
Well, I did have God now. I met God at a Christian camp where Christian go. It's called Big Camp. And a friend invited me, and I had a very powerful message. A preacher, his name was Pastor David Astrick from the USA, and he preached a very powerful message. And he asked a question to the whole audience, you know, and he said, do you know how much God loves you?
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought, well, that question was personal to me. Yes. And
you were reflecting on that at night in your own bedroom?
Yes, I went home and I was so excited, and I got like heaps of news about my exams results, but then I was very empty. In other words, I was very sad, and then the question of the pastor came into my mind, and I bowed down in my room and I asked God to come into my heart, and I want to know who He is because He's love. I've heard.
You're saying God took that feeling of blame away from you?
He did. He took, and He didn't just take it away just like that. It was a continuous process. And which is the good thing, because the burden is lifted off me now, off my shoulder.
So God showed you that He's amazing.